Week 2 quarterbacks and tight ends for the desperate coming up next. Quarterbacks, Tyrod Taylor's the number one on the list. Obviously, he's the one that has the most fantasy relevance as far as he's going to get you points with his legs. Four rushes, 40 yards. This week, I think he's going to be pushed out of the pocket by Jadeveon Clowney and Garrett, and this is going to be a guy that's going to have to use his legs a little bit. And I don't know if I want to use him in two quarterback leagues. He's definitely a must-add and a guy you can insert, but I'm more interested in a guy like Kirk Cousins, 25.9% owned in ESPN leagues, criminally underrated. He had a bad start to the season last year, but he was on fire. This guy was easily a top 5 to top 10 quarterback every week down the stretch in 2020. 2021 rolls around. He's basically he's a top 12 quarterback right out the gate, and he's 75% available. So, I mean, there's a guy right there. If you were scared from Ryan Tannehill's performance, or for some reason you had Ryan Fitzpatrick or whatever, Kirk Cousins is a guy that I want over Tyrod Taylor or Teddy Bridgewater. And like I said, I think is criminally underrated. And then Teddy Bridgewater, you know, if he's going to do this every week, 264, 2 touchdowns, 3 rushes, 19 yards, efficient. He's not top 12, but it's steady Teddy. So in 2 quarterback leagues, definitely a must own. If you had Lock on your roster, or holding Lock because you think Teddy Bridgewater is going to lose this job and Drew Lock's going to come in and save your roster, Lynch, then I'm dropping Lock. I'll pick up Teddy, I guess. Or like I said, I prefer to have Kirk Cousins on my roster over a Teddy Bridgewater. And then if you're looking for the tight end, everybody's always searching for a tight end. Number one on the list, James O'Shaughnessy. He's virtually available in every league, 0.7% owned. He had 8 targets. It did pretty well. He was involved. This Jacksonville team's going to be in a negative game script almost every single week, which means they're going to lean on their number 1 overall pick to throw 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 300 yards every week. And O'Shaughnessy might have a good part of that. Now, granted, 8 targets on 50, I believe it was 53 pass attempts is not amazing target share, but he was looking for his tight end. And I think he's definitely worth a speculative add. And then guys that I have on my watch list, I'm not adding them unless we're like talking super tight end premium and you're desperate at the position. David Njoku, once again, looks like fool's gold. He looks great. Honestly, like every time they've given him an opportunity in his career, he's looked amazing. He looks why. I understand why they spent a high draft pick on him. I don't understand why they never use him. And so that's my problem with David Njoku. The talent's there, but targets, receptions, I don't know if he's going to be able to keep this amount of target and receptions every week. They didn't have Odell Beckham. This was a special game plan with Kansas City. Are they going to be rolling 3 tight ends out like almost every play like they did last Sunday? I don't think so. I think that was a pretty special game plan for Kansas City, and it worked quite well, at least for their running game, and in their passing game a little bit. But I've always liked the talent. I'm keeping him on my watch list. And Pharaoh Brown is really interesting. Tyrod Taylor's always kind of leaned a little bit on his tight ends. He was efficient, and he's athletic, and honestly, this is a guy that I think has an opportunity to be decent this year, especially if you're in a tight end premium league, or you're just like you whiffed, or a couple teams gobbled up a couple tight ends and you're just desperate. I think Pharaoh Brown has an ability to be good. They've been looking for a tight end in Houston for several years now. This guy took advantage of his opportunity week 1. Like I said, Tyrod Taylor is common for him to go look for his tight ends, make them useful. I would actually probably add him in a deep league if I had a roster spot. you know, he honestly is intriguing to me. He probably end up being nothing, but he's intriguing to me. If you like what you've seen, if you like what you've heard, please like, please share, please subscribe. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. Apparently my do not disturb has ran out.